Well, welcome everyone to this episode of ISV Talks. I'm Carol Livingston, the owner of Dynamics Connections and your host of ISV Talks. On this interview today, I have two people from Data Courage, Tristan and Madison. So, welcome, guys.
Hi.
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 Let's kind of get into maybe tell a little bit about yourself. What's your role? How long you been with the company?
My name is Tristan Threlkeld. I'm the director here at North America for Data Courage. I've been in the company for just about a year. My role is I kind of do a lot. I oversee operations, but mostly managing the channel, the partners, sales side of things, right?
All right. How about you, Madison?
I've been with Data Courage over a year now. I'm a Power Platform and BI specialist. So I kind of do a lot of the Power BI, Power Apps, Power Automate work for customers, as well as some training along the way with Jet Reports and Jet Analytics. And then also work closely with Tristan on a lot of pre-sales and sales and demos for our AI apps.
Sounds like both of you are doing a lot. So, how did you end up at Data Courage? Tristan, why don't we start with you and then Madison?
I ended up with Data Courage. I've known Camille, who's the principal owner here of Data Courage, for a number of years. It goes back to my days when I used to work at Jet Reports. Camille and his company was Jet Reports Europe, Eastern Europe. So they're a wing, a division of the Jet Global company. And I worked with him on a frequent basis. I met with him, because of the Jet relationship at least once a month or more. So we developed a friendship and connection from that point in time. Eventually, Jet was purchased. So I made a move away and went to work for Avar, and then was there for a few years, maintained my connection with Camille just because, again, we became friends. So we'd been chatting and just staying in touch. And I told him I was getting ready to make a change and go a different direction. And he said, would you be interested in coming this direction and helping us take that step into the US and North America market and bring AI into Dynamics? And I was like, wow, this sounds like a great opportunity, to be on the forefront of technology. The bread and butter area for me, coming from the reporting, analytics, business intelligence area. So I thought it was a great fit, and well, here we are.
Madison?
I was with a partner straight out of college that I'd interned with for a while, mostly GP, trying to kind of get into BC. So I was on the partner side for a while, did a lot of BC training and stuff, and then kind of wanted to go back into my Power BI reporting analytics section because that's what kind of worked with a lot in my internship. And so I kind of met up with Tristan at actually Directions at Harry Potter World, and we just kind of hit it off, and then things fell into place from there. So yeah,
That's
it's
a
been
story.
a really fun story.
Yeah, it was just wild. It was somebody she'd met at the conference, introduced us kind of randomly by chance, like, hey, you should, know Madison. She's does the BI's thing. And I was like, okay. And then anyways, we just started talking, and yeah, like I said, we hit it off, and here we are. It's pretty awesome.
Nice. And it sounds like you can follow your passion, Madison, right? With Power BI and
Yeah, and
analytics
AI
too.
and
So
yeah, all the new stuff.
yeah, and you work with the customers, like helping them with their implementations and training and so forth, right? Awesome. So maybe tell us a little bit about the company. How did you get started and what's your company history? I know you kind of already alluded to that with your introduction of how.
Data Courage actually it used to be formerly like Jet Europe, Eastern Europe. When Jet Global was purchased, pretty awesome.
Nice. And it sounds like you can follow your passion, Madison, right? With Power BI and
Yeah, and
analytics
AI
too.
and
So
yeah, all the new stuff.
yeah, and you work with the customers, like helping them with their implementations and training and so forth, right?
Mhm.
Awesome. Maybe tell us a little bit about the company. How did you get started and what's your company history? I know you kind of already alluded to that with your introduction of how
Yeah,
you came to the company, but maybe just kind of for the audience, just explain a little bit more about Data Courage and how they came about.
yeah. Data Courage actually it used to be formerly like Jet Europe, Eastern Europe. When Jet Global was purchased, Camille and Bartek transitioned the company from being just Jet to Data Courage, where we did everything business intelligence, analytics, reporting. And then Camille had a passion about going into the next forefront, which he envisioned being AI and AI analytics. And that's where this really kind of came to be today, is over these last 3+ years. the team at Data Courage has been developing AI for
Oh,
Dynamics. And that's why we're fortunate that earlier this year, we've got two of our apps, AI for Analytics, that are on App Store today that can be downloaded and used in Business Central. So talk about going from having your bread and butter reporting, business intelligence, a little bit of analytics, to then take it to that next level to gain further insights. I think every client wants, like, hey, we want our data, but they need it in a digestible but potentially easy way to get to. We think we've
mhm.
done that.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting too that you said with the starting Data Courage 3 years ago, you said that's kind of ahead of kind of the buzz now that everyone's talking about artificial intelligence, but they were actually visionary in doing it.
And to be really on the forefront,
Yeah,
really, Data Courage is on that, right? There's a lot of AI out there today for sure, but to be the ones really, not the ones to start it, but to really go with that vision on it and
yeah,
be able to create a product that is actually AI based that can be used for like the regular public, that are using Dynamics or Business Central or other
right.
ERPs as well. So it really just, I would say, be a game changer and be, again, that leader in the industry.
Mhm.
I, I'm pretty sure that our apps were the first AI apps for Business Central that were on the market, and that's pretty awesome. And we know Microsoft is a
Yeah,
big fan of our company and our products. They're right in line with where they are today and where they're going, and they really like see what we bring to the table to help their
yeah.
customers get more out of Business Central.
They're probably asking you and Camille for advice, right?
Yeah, yeah, sometimes they definitely do. They ask us, "Well, how this?" and, "Well, why this?" We
Mhm.
understand. It is so unique. This is a very unique area in space AI, right? And it's so new. And this is what's probably really great about this channel is that we can have conversations with Microsoft about what they're doing and
Right.
where they're going, while at the
Yeah,
same time, we're a vendor of theirs, helping sell
yeah,
into the products. They like that,
yeah,
but they also see that we're ahead of the curve on these things. And so it's
yeah.
been an awesome ride my year here so far, and I can't wait to see where we go.
Yeah, and it's kind of interesting you're talking about Microsoft. They're really a thought leader. I always feel like they're way out there, and kind of setting
Yeah.
the direction and leading
Mhm.
and kind of giving the vision of where they see kind of business applications and how we might use them in our workplace or our personal lives. So that's great that you guys are on that path already. So, Madison, maybe tell us a little bit, kind of, I heard a little bit here from Tristan about some of the products, but kind of tell us a little bit more about your apps and what they are and what do you have for kind of Dynamics ERPs?
Yeah, sure. So our two apps that are live right now are Customer Intelligence and Item Intelligence. They are compatible with Business Central from AppSource. So
Hmm.
our experience was that we didn't want people who aren't familiar with Power BI or analytics to be lost when using our solutions. So we really tried to make them native BC functionality, colors, everything. So it just looks like it was already there when you already set up your BC from your first
Hmm.
implementation. So we just wanted to make it a lot more approachable for people as kind of a stepping stone from no analytics experience to looking at analytics with the help of AI and then being able to dive further into those analytics with some Power BI dashboards that come built in and then maybe broadening your education after that. So it's really a stepping stone, kind of very useful for introductory analytics.
Yeah.
It sounds like you've created some dashboards, which is great, but also the analytics, right? Where it's kind of doing that sort of business analyst type work, right? Where it's looking at kind of overall performance and trends and things like that that you can get insights, right?
Yeah. It's in line with that, right, Carol? We've created, yes, pre-built dashboards with our solutions. And I think it's like 25 to 30 pre-built Power BI dashboards with KPIs that are built in. And it's just like Maddie's saying, it's the ease of use where the end user does not have to be like a super user or even a heavy, moderate user of Business Central or Power BI to be able to use these apps. And as Maddie talked about, that's what these apps were really built for in mind was just like we grab our phone, whether it's an iPhone or Android, something like that.
Right.
we want to go there and we want to check out a new app, or we're looking at our app, we go on and we just download and use it, right? That's the whole idea and concept. Some
Mhm.
apps take a little bit more of a nuance. We all know that. These apps we have provide those type of instruction detail where the partner doesn't have to hold the training, right? But the end user, they don't have to rely on the partner for training either, or anybody else. It's right there in front of them. And it's not even really training, it's a how-to tutorial, and then you're on your way, getting the insights into data like never before.
Great. So you don't have to be a Maddie. You can you can use it as a user in Business Central, and you're familiar with Business Central, so very intuitive. That's great. So what else can you say about kind of your unique features? What are you and what are you not? I guess is the question.
In regards like on the apps, right? So like for customer intelligence, I would look at that as a customer health check, all within Business Central you can do in 30 seconds. Being able to see churn and predictability of churn, be able to understand where your customers are going, right? And be able to
Right.
really kind of segment them up with, hey, are these heavy users or heavy spenders, long time customer, or are they new and they're buying a lot or not at all? Just trying to better understand what your actual clients are doing and the direction they're going. Be able to handle, again, see the insights into the churn, stay ahead of that churn. So we all know keeping a customer is much easier than trying to go get a new one, right?
Right.
So that way you can have actionable insights to take and do something with to help your business continue to run that moving forward.
So, kind of what's the difference between AI and reporting? Because maybe the audience isn't quite familiar with what AI looks like versus just, doing reporting on historical numbers.
So I would say the big difference between AI and reporting is the fact that it's automated. Their reports are going to be more specific to each business for sure. It could be P&L, right? AP, AR, etc.
Mhm.
Right? Those are all necessary and important reports. This isn't a solution that's gonna like replace that or be like something to use instead of. Our AI solutions are to help enhance those reports. Being able to take that data you're getting from those reports
Yeah.
and being able to drill into behind the scenes of what's going on and why those numbers are what they are, right?
Hmm.
Being able to truly see the direction of the business, what's happening with it, besides just, if you will, an Excel spreadsheet of reports, right? Be able to see visible
Great.
reaction, be able to then filter down, take it a bit further, being able to then take that and drill in to the data to be able to understand, again, on the customer card, which customer's doing what, or if you're over on the item side, be able to really understand what's going on with your items. And is it really selling, or is it just because it's seasonal type thing? There's
Great.
many different factors, but
Yeah.
the customer knows their business and they understand what to action on when they start seeing that data.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think also it's all about predictability. So AI gives you that ability to predict things that you might not have been able to predict before. So you could spend all of your time creating an algorithm that might try and predict customer churn, but the AI is going to do that a lot faster for you, a lot more accurate, and you also don't have to waste your own time trying to write some super long program
Right.
or multiple Excel spreadsheets or however you decide
Yeah.
to do that.
Exactly, Manny. It allows you again to be able to get those quick insights that you can action on, right? So that's kind of the idea there.
I know item side, the inventory management side, you guys showed me the AI recommendations for items. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we created a report built on our machine learning that gives you suggestions for how to sell your items better, what to do with them in the future, why they're performing how they are right now, and then
Mhm.
short-term suggestions for sales, etc. I might have missed a category in there somewhere, but you just click on the item in Business Central and say, I want to generate this report, and it's all written out for you. So it's not a pre-built
Mhm.
template or anything that we use. It's all just written by generative AI.
Yeah. And it's written with generative AI, all based off of that customer's data, right? It's not going
Right.
outside of that. So it's not going out beyond, say, Business Central. It's reading all of the data that's going into Business Central, and then it's actioning off of that.
I know you guys demonstrated it for me, but I've been talking about it when I'm talking with partners, and I keep saying how impressed I was with that. It just blew me away to have that, not only kind of the historical numbers of kind of what are your past sales history, maybe a future projection, but also like written descriptions of what recommendations the AI is recommending around your inventory items. So I was very impressed. Um,
It's really impressive. I mean, like it's in line with what Madison was saying a few moments ago. What's really awesome about the AI item insights is what she was referring to as the summary report.
yeah.
And that summary report really summarizes your items as to what's going on and a lot, explains some actual items you can take off of that. And again, it's
Mhm.
all based off of what really the company's doing on that data that's inside Business Central.
Mhm. Yeah, and it definitely helps bring that deeper layer of analysis and thought process around now what trends are you seeing and how you should react, right?
Yes,
So,
exactly.
Madison, I know that you have pre-built Power BI dashboards but what else are you compatible with Dynamics?
Yeah, so our apps are just an app source for BC right now, but they originated as Power BI like packages, and we are able to apply that to really any ERP. So across the board from GP all the way to like F&O, we could
Okay.
implement our solution for any of those. It just wouldn't be the app format that you get with the app source.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. So, is there any specialties or industry verticals that you see your solutions working with?
Yeah, so we see a lot of e-commerce solutions using customer intelligence, but that doesn't necessarily mean that it's only for them. It can be really any industry that has customers, and then same with items, any industry that has any kind of item. So even if you're selling on e-commerce or you're maybe like a distributor of heavy machinery and your items only sell like every 6 months because they're so large, AI is all going to work within that, pick up on those trends, pick up on that seasonality. So really it can apply to any industry. And so that's really helpful because it doesn't really shoebox you into one.
Okay. So kind of industry agnostic, as you
Mhm.
might say. So maybe both of you can answer this question, but just kind of from your experience, sounds like you both have been in the partner channel and also working with ISVs. What changes have you seen in the past several years, especially around people are facing a lot of challenges, trying to gain efficiencies, get more out of their systems. So what have you seen in the channel?
I'd say there's been a lot of change, especially over the last 3 to 4 years. Everybody moving to the cloud, right? Cloud's of big importance. Being able to migrate not only to the cloud,
Yeah.
but being able to utilize your ERP there. Really, the focus of being able to not only utilize your ERP cloud based, but have all the maybe add-on solutions that tie into it be within that environment or cloud environment, if you will. So that's been pretty steady and quick change over the last few years. And then I would say this year out of nowhere was the AI side of things, right? With Microsoft and what they've done I would say over the last 8 months or so. And then the big push, right, into the AI forefront with everything they have going on, from
Right.
Copilot to Fabric to obviously their AI side of things, and everything integrated in that direction. Which, hey, thank you, by the way, Microsoft, for doing that. It helps us because we're right in line, as we've already
Yeah.
talked about. So I would say that's part of the big change is that transition cloud, and then these all these apps, these add-ons being readily available within Business Central or the ERP.
Mhm.
That is the big change.
Maddie, what are your thoughts?
I agree with what Tristan said about push to the cloud. And that's what I saw a lot when I was at my past partner. And also just people trying to make things more efficient overall. So a lot of focus on
Right.
automation, getting things faster. People always want things at their fingertips within seconds. And then that push with AI kind of taking off that automation. I feel like we had a push for automation before, but now AI
Mhm.
has made it so much more efficient. People are able to get a lot more done by using AI, and there's been a lot of people embracing it just because of what Microsoft has been pushing this year. So it's been a great thing for us and also opened up some wonderful conversations.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I feel like partners struggle with, okay, Microsoft starting to talk about and invest heavily in artificial intelligence, which Makes sense. But how do you practically use it, right? And what I love about Data Courage is that you guys already have something. It's already kind of pre-packaged, if you will, sort of turnkey. You can add it to your, if you're a partner, your current offering. If you're a customer, you can leverage analytics, and you don't have to struggle with hiring data scientists and doing all of the heavy lifting, right? You guys have already done that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have. And that's what makes it really easy for partners to be able to bring in, I would say, AI into their practice, right? And their product
Yeah.
offering. It makes it easier for clients to be able to experience AI and not have a risk because ours is very secure. It's tied to Microsoft and the way they do things. We're right in line with that. It's obviously of
Mhm.
super importance to everybody. That's, I would say, something else that's very not new. I'd say it's new or a big push on over the last 3-4 years is even stronger security than what it was because of the cloud transition. So it's all about the ease of use, right? Talked about we want to
Mhm.
grab our smartphone and be able to download an app and go ahead and use it. That's what we feel like we've done.
Nice, awesome. Tristan, tell us a little bit about, let's kind of get into a specific customer that you've worked with. I'm interested in hearing how has this helped a specific customer or customer case study?
Yeah, we've got actually a sneaker company based in Europe that we started on the AI side of things with a couple years ago. And that customers actually helped put the idea with us together on what customer intelligence and item intelligence is today. That was the starting basis of it. They've grown through that and above that. They wanted to be on the leading edge of not only technology, but where the customers were doing and where they were going, right? They wanted to be able to help understand that churn and the churn predictability and be on the forefront of it so they can keep the customers versus again trying to find new ones, right?
Right.
And we were able to help not only work with them but create the product that is AI based, so it's automated, right, and continues to update and feed off of the purchases that are going on. Talk about shoes, everybody wears shoes, all different types of sizes and styles. So like, how do you really truly track those things? And we were able to help do that. And they were a fairly small company when they started with us, and they would venture to say they've grown exponentially with us being in
Mm.
tow. They did it probably all on their own because they have great products, but with our solutions tied in, it allowed them really to push on that leading edge to be able to keep their customers and continue their growth to go from, I'd say, probably like a 5 million company to an over 20 million or more company now.
Wow. What are some of the new things that you're looking to introduce? I know, Tristan, you talked about kind of, you guys are always looking at the cutting edge. And what are some new things that you're looking to help customers as they're moving to the cloud?
So I'd say that we're continuing to go down that leading edge. One of the new products we've put out is Aim Plan, which is budgeting forecasting, one of the CMP solutions that's really built off of Power BI, designed for the SMB space. Great thing about it is it doesn't matter what ERP you're on, whether it's Dynamics or even outside of Dynamics, this solution can work with you and for you. So I would say that's one of the ones that we're pretty excited about. Stop by and see us at Summit, at our booth. We're happy to go through a demo and showcase this to everyone. It's a really exciting solution that's actually affordable in the SMB space, which I think something's been missing for some time. So we feel like we've created the solution to put in place here.
And what's
Um,
that called again? Because it sounds like this is something brand new. I haven't even heard
Yeah,
this
yeah.
yet.
Aim Plan, AIMPLAN. Yep, yep. Take a
Okay.
look. You can check out there's a website and everything. We didn't create this solution specifically. We're an exclusive reseller for it, but we're partnered with them to help bring that out to the marketplace and to
Mhm.
the Dynamics channel, Microsoft channels for sure.
Awesome. Any other new solutions coming to the market soon?
Yeah. We continue to, again, push that edge. We've got a couple other items or apps that we're working on right now. One for, I would say, specifically for the fashion space. It's called Fashion Insights. We'll hope to be able to showcase that when we're at Summit and show what that's like and what it can do. That's more unique, for a certain type of customer. And then one that I'm pretty excited about is AI financial insights. Be able to take, you talked about reporting. This is what's going to be allow you to take your reporting to that next level automation wise, be able to really queue and query your database for, hey, not just getting a PL, but being able to really dive in further beyond that with the type of, with the insights this is going to
Right.
provide. So we're pretty excited about it. Again, it's not going to
Mhm.
be, I would say, a replacement tool for people that need your basic reporting, but it's going to be a really advantageous add-on solution to take your reporting to the next level.
Mhm. I'm excited to see that. I'm a financial background person, a former accountant and CPA, so
Yeah.
you
Well,
got
we're
my
excited. Yeah,
curiosity.
we're
Yeah.
excited to put it out there. So what I've seen so far from it
Yeah.
is pretty awesome. We're showcasing at Summit, and then after that, hopefully we'll get it on App Stores.
So, Madison, just tell me a little bit of, you came from a partner, right? And then, there's a lot of partners that have been on the channel a long time, or even new Dynamics partners in the, D365 space. So, what observations are you seeing with partners as you talk with them?
Definitely, as we've been like going through this year, we've been meeting with a lot more GP clients that are moving to BC than I think we had in the past. And since our products go with BC so well, that's just been a larger pool of the people we've been talking to. A lot of people
Okay.
are just looking for better reporting within Business Central because it does kind of lack in that area. And our solutions work really well with also other reporting solutions that we've seen out there, as well as you can just use them on their own. So a lot of just people looking for just general reporting and then also like deeper dive into analytics.
Mm-hmm. It sounds like you're kind of being that secret weapon of how to make Business Central work better for clients that are looking at going there. So, have perspectives to share about the marketplace? Like, what, customers are trying to improve their operational efficiency, right? To get more out of their systems by investing in technologies. What perspective can you share about that?
I think that AI is going to be really big here with just eliminating a lot of those just general tasks that people don't want to do. So even with just the rise of ChatGPT and getting help writing an email or something, or with Microsoft bringing
Mm-hmm.
Copilot in, I know my computer just randomly installed the new Bing add-on with Copilot for me, so I was using that, and just I think people are just want to take all those kind of lower level tasks
Yeah.
off their plate. And I think that getting our AI into reporting is going to kind of help people not have to build all those basic reports because it'll already be there. They can just jump right
Yeah.
into the deep dive stuff. So just eliminating all that junk that nobody wants to do has been
Right.
what I've seen as a trend.
Yeah. Yeah, and creating those dashboards so they can kind of get insights quickly and they don't have to kind of dig through all their reports, random report, dig through a report.
It helps with user adoption to the products, right? If you have these add-on
Right.
solutions like created, making it easier to use and be able to get to those that the data and the insights they're looking for makes them more want to obviously continue using the products, right? And that's the whole idea.
Hmm. Yeah, and I think Madison had a good point about, that's kind of the expectations as people are going to these new ERP cloud-based modern platforms, right? They want it to, like you're maybe playing with Chat GPT to help write an email, like you said, but now you want to see AI actually helping you do your job better and not have to spend all that time grinding through
Right.
reports.
Well,
So,
that I think we're all asked to do more as individuals, right? Do like instead of one role, like, hey, this is this one specific zone or area, that's what you do. Like me and Maddie started with, we have multiple hats we wear. And I think that's the same for probably most people that are in the workforce today. And okay, and if we can
yeah.
help create solutions that make them allow them to do their job easier and more efficient, that's really, the whole idea behind it to help them
Yeah.
do obviously more with less, if you will, or that type of
Hmm.
thing.
Yeah, and I don't know if it's just because there's also the labor shortages and people are just having a lot more on their plate. The goal for us is to not try and replace anybody with any AI or like take away anybody's job, but to kind of just help them along the way, and then they can do more with less,
Right.
essentially.
Great. What trends are you seeing on the horizon? Like, are you seeing some new things being developed? You guys are kind of on the forefront of AI already, but what new trends are you seeing in the future?
I mean, I'd say a continuation of going, more cloud enablement, continuation of getting everybody on a good, strong security, and I would say
Yeah.
continuing on with the AI side of things, and that automation side of things is what's really going to continue to grow. As we all see, yes, we're in AI analytics, but AI is being brought into a lot of different areas. Maddie mentioned it being brought into her Bing search. Microsoft is putting AI or that into pretty much every one of their products. So
Everything.
it's now
Yeah.
included. So now you have AI at everybody's fingertips, whether they really want it or not, whether they knew they had it or not. But now they're going to get a chance to see it and probably use it and get a better understanding. Like, okay, this is a helper tool. So I see it continuing to grow and expand its capabilities through other products that are out there to enhance them to be even better as well.
Yeah, I think Tristan covered most of the AI specific ones. I think outside of that, we've seen a big push for user interface, user experience, and just making sure that that is simple, effective, and also just more accessible for everybody. So we've seen a big push to make our app specifically, as well as our workplace, a lot more accessible for people with disabilities or who might need help navigating the app. So we want to make sure that everything is easy to use for everybody across the board. So I've seen a huge push for that this year as well.
Great. Well, kind of wrapping up in conclusion, I just want to ask you one last question, and both of you can answer this. Is there kind of one trend you're seeing that's driving partners or customers to come talk to you?
I would say Microsoft's push into the AI space is the trend and what's driving both customers and partners to talk to us. I would say, over the last 4 6 months, the AI conversation has transitioned completely from what it was last year to where it is today. Almost on a 180 in perspective of what that conversation's like, right? Like, oh, what's AI? How does it work? To, well, hey, you have AI. Tell me about what it is, and do I need it? They think that more readily versus well, do I need it? Now they're like, well, I apparently don't have it. I need to get it. Is this the right one for me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I wholeheartedly agree. It's all the push to AI. The conversations are a lot different than we had last year around the same time. I think people are moving from being more skeptical to really embracing it, because once Microsoft pushes and invests in something, people, it's like the new iPhone. Everyone wants the newest thing. So that's definitely what
Right.
we're seeing across the board.
Well, great. Thank you both for joining us on our episode of ISV Talks today and talking about AI and how it can be used today with Data Courage. So, thank you. This is the contact information for Tristan and Madison if you want to reach out to them. Their website, datacourage.com. I encourage you to go take a look at that and look at their customer intelligence and item intelligence apps. So, thank you, Madison and Tristan.
Thank you as well. Really appreciate the time, Carol, and having us on. We'd be happy to go over our AI analytics for customer intelligence and item intelligence, give you a preview or demo of that. If you're interested in reaching out, at any point in time, our contact information is here. Please shoot me an email or Madison an email. We'd be happy to meet with you, go over what our solution is, and see if it's a potential fit for your practice. If you're looking to get in the AI space for a partner of ours, or if you're in the customer end, you're looking to be able to see if AI or maybe bring in AI to your ERP. We're happy to have that discussion and go over what we have and see if there's a good fit.
Yeah, thank you, Carol, for having us. We really enjoyed speaking with you.
Thank you both. So, thanks, friends, for joining today on this episode of ISV Talks, and we'll see you on the next episode. Bye bye.
Yeah, thanks. Bye.
Thanks. Bye.